I think there's an issue between this. I think there's an issue for both genders, not only men. That's crazy. Okay, and so I could talk about
Yeah,
this.
just talk. It's mostly your channel.
The issue with women growing up in the South Asian community is that they have self-imposed limitations, culturally imposed, which they believe it's their. They should honor something, they should respect something, limitations, right? So because of limitations, they don't speak up. Because of those limitations, they might not discuss certain topics. But the same thing applies on the man side too. Like, I don't think it's a competition who has it worse. Both have it worse because the culture is messed up. If somebody says one side has it worse than the other, that has to be proven. You're saying one culture specifically targets one gender for their benefit, and one culture specifically targets another gender for their loss.
But if a certain pattern keeps on happening, then you create cautions for them. So that's what they're trying to, their instinct of saying earn your own money and things like that, it's a protection because of the history that was shown. So like the history will make them more defensive. So isn't that their right to check on patterns from before?
That's Jahiliyyah. That's Quraysh pre-Islam.
Yeah.
There's elements of misogyny in places, in hand-picked places, or in families and in certain systems. Sure. You can experience other stuff for men too, both sides, men and women. Both experience some terrible things at work or in the home, with their families, with friends, everything. People liked and gave the women more friendliness versus me. They gave me downright racism. I worked in a place where women were more appreciated than I was. Like these are hand-picked situations. This doesn't define the general rule. If I experience hand-picked situations of misogyny or like any other type of racism or whatever unfairness, injustice, that does not decide for me my general moral of the whole world and society. That's an experience I felt, and then that makes me more careful for the next time. Just makes me less naive, but it doesn't make me more ignorant. It shouldn't. Less naive does not mean more ignorant, because it'll be very ignorant for me to say if white people came to me and treated me this way. It'll be very ignorant for me to say like, yo man, white people are just like this. It's ignorant, right? Because not every white person is like that. So it'll be all same way. If I said if the woman was getting the attention and the help and everything, it'll be very ignorant for me to say that women already need help anyway. That's an ignorant statement. Instead, I'm like, okay, this is a hand-picked situation that I'm experiencing right now. I'm going to be less naive in the future, not more ignorant. This is why when you say Indo-Pak has some misogynistic elements, they do. I agree, 100%. And I don't like them because they make people corrupt. But those elements are coming from the people who are stuck in the culture and influenced by the culture. And dare I say, manipulated by the culture. If I have a conversation, even 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute conversation on what they think best is, they see parents cannot provide me resources, evidences from an objective moral standpoint on what they think best is. They will give me emotional responses. Look, I didn't have this life, I want to give it to you. Look, man, I didn't have these choices, I want to give it to you. Look, man, I didn't have the choice of choosing a career, having a practical, easy home, I want to give it to you. All of this is an emotional response. You're not giving me an objective moral system where, look, is this actually good? Should I be actually having a nice, easy life? What does that mean for me? Nobody does this. And then when somebody says this, everyone gets shocked because all of us are grown up on the culture. Culture was already there. Islam just came to discipline it, said what you can do and what you don't have to do, and what you shouldn't be doing. But we still don't listen. In weddings, we still have the Quran on top. That's a big thing. They see things in a wedding. You have the Quran on top to make it look like the Quran is gonna like magically guide you.
When you
these
move,
things are close to superstitions, which if you carefully analyze the Desi culture, analyze it in comparison to Islam, a lot of things become very debatable. A lot of everyday morality we talk to each other about becomes extremely debatable. From the way parents raise children, the parents' expectations, children's rights and responsibilities, husband and wife responsibilities and rights, and how to behave with one another, opposite gender interaction, all of this becomes debatable. Because in the culture, everyone has their own ways of measuring things. Like in the culture, if somebody seems too religious, they can't talk to girls. But if I don't seem religious, I can do that all I want.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Where's the threshold?
Emotion.
So all I need to do is take off my beard to talk to girls. And take off my topi, I can talk to girls.
That might need to stay on.
Good episode, guys.
Thanks for joining in.
Assalamu alaikum.